Nothing says Old Cape Cod like weathered gray shingles. Then again, this place makes a pretty bold statement of its own.
Let's just say Chatham woke up to a colorful house in its midst, and it took a little getting used to. That's for sure.
The historic John Hallett House was once a classic white Greek revival in the Old Village district of Chatham. But in the early 2000s, the town repeatedly denied permission to the owners to make alterations to the house. So they did what they figured was the next logical thing. They painted it neon green and acid yellow.
There was quite a stir, I think, in town in general when they saw it.
Valerie Cottrill grew up across the street.
Come around the corner from Main Street and it was like, wow, that's aggressive.
But time has a way of mellowing the yellowing.
Through time, we've kind of got to live with it, use it as a landmark for people that are trying to find our house, and you just kind of get used to it.
Today, the building is home to the Capabilities Farm Market, a retail outlet for the venerable Cape Cod nonprofit, which employs the disabled. What's more, the owners, who live in England, let Capabilities use their building for free. Ellen Zion is manager.
Completely free. Can you imagine? It's a very valuable piece of property. Capabilities as a nonprofit, we could never do what we're doing if we had to pay Chatham rents.
There's another outbreak of Cape color in nearby Hyannis.
I've been in that orange one, I've been in the blue, the yellow. I've been in most of them. I like moving around, you know, it's good.
Beverly Roberts' hand-painted, hand-dyed fabrics are displayed in one of the Hyannis artist shanties, a collection of cute, colorful boxes by the harbor.
You know what, you need a little color in your life, right?
The artists themselves are as colorful as the shanty colors that you see.
Melissa Chartrand is with the town of Barnstable, which oversees the artist shanties.
They have to be a Cape Cod artist or artisan. Everything from photography and jewelry, painting, fiber arts, rope work, glass work, the list could go on forever.
Our next art house is also little, or is it?
That was part of the idea, that it would be an illusion and that you would be surprised by it.
Glenn Riddler's house in Shelburne Falls, Mass. More than first meets the eye.
You're just upon it and you have this poetic moment.
We first came across the Little Big House a few years back. We totally dug it, and we're eager to return in fairer weather. What appears from the road to be a storybook cottage is actually a full-size house. The 12-foot front door and oversized windows playfully messing with perspective. Inside, a gallery of Riddler's art.
This is a house with a sense of humor about it. I had seen the work of Antonio Gaudi, Barcelona, the Parc Güell, and that was the first time I ever realized that a house could have a sense of humor about it. A building could be funny, okay? And that inspired me.
Riddler isn't the only artist to use the exterior of his home as an extension of his creativity.
It's a happy place. You can't help but smile when you come to the house and you come inside. And all the colors outside are from the colors on the inside.
Anne Rosenberg is a painter. Her work, madly syncopated and colored.
This is who I am. Art is my life. More color, more bright, more life. That's what the world should be about.
Rosenberg's impulse to create couldn't be contained to her canvases, so she added a color to her home in Newton Highlands with every new paint job.
We have 9 colors on the house. It could be 8.
Apparently, there is a peach that was supposed to be part of the mix in a recent repainting, but Rosenberg has so far been unable to confirm.
I have to check and see if I can find it on the house. There's a system at work here. It doesn't have any rhyme or reason, but it's a system.
And Rosenberg says she's never received any neighborhood criticism of her colorful house. She first got her inspiration after a trip to San Francisco, where she saw that city's famous painted ladies. As for the artist shanties down in Hyannis, they will reopen later in November as gingerbread houses for the holidays. There will be artists, music, craft activities for kids, food and beverages, and more. Up on a Somerville roof, a dance party is in full swing.